Wednesday, March 2nd, 2023. The time is 6:30 p.m. And I'm calling this meeting of the Macomb Township Board of Trustees to order. We'll say the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk Posey, we call the roll.
Chairman. Trustee Cusimano.
Here.
Trustee Lucido.
Here.
Trustee Oliver.
Here.
Trustee Nevers.
Present.
Treasurer Drollet.
Here.
Clerk Posey. Here. Supervisor Viviano.
Here. Now on to approval of the agenda. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. There's 3 proposed add-ons. Number 16, proposed add-on to request to approve an emergency repair on engine 1 to Apollo Fire equipment in the amount of $8,402.62. Proposed add-on number 17, request to approve an emergency repair on Heavy Rescue 1 to Apollo Fire equipment in the amount of $12,600.90. And proposed item number 19, request to award contract for concession operations at Macomb Township Corners Park. That's all I have.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda as corrected?
So moved.
Support. Any discussion? Hearing none, motion by Trustee Oliver, supported by Treasurer Gillette to approve the agenda as corrected. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Moving on to approval of the bills. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Support.
Any discussion on the bill run? Hearing none, there's a motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Nevers to approve the bills. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is approval of the previous meeting's minutes from March 8th, 2023, including the closed session minutes from March 8th, 2023. Is there a motion to approve?
Trustee Cusimano makes the motion.
Support. Any discussion? Hearing none. Motion by Trustee Cusimano, supported by Treasurer Drollet. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. This will take us to public comment. This will be for agenda items only. If anyone present wishes to speak, please approach the microphone. Anyone who wishes to speak remotely, please digitally raise your hand. I don't see anybody present. Is there anybody remotely?
No, sir.
Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda in its entirety.
I hate him.
Support.
Is there any discussion on any of the consent items? Hearing none. Motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Lucido, to approve the consent agenda. Members, please vote. Honestly, children. Motion passes unanimously. This will take us to new business. First item is a request to approve the office interior remodel contract for the DPW building to Meridian Contracting Group in the amount of $194,186. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Support. Any, Mr. Johnson, would you give us a lowdown?
Yep. Good evening. With this award to Meridian, we interviewed 3 companies, Meridian, Quadrate, and Allied, who were the 3 lowest bidders. The group consisting of myself, Supervisor Viviano, and Jason Arlo from AEW. With reviewing all the bids, references, and calling all the references, Meridian seemed to be the best fit for this project. one of the main points was that Meridian will have the least amount of interruption in terms of construction time. They referenced about 3 to 4 weeks, which was the least amount of time amongst the bidders. All the references checked out. They had an organized schedule of work, and there is a potential opportunity for some cost savings on this project as we progress with it. So just as a reminder, this project includes removing the wallpaper, because this entire office area is wallpaper, so there's going to be a lot of work on that. Painting the walls, replacing the flooring, minor construction of a new counter in the front, and expanding our server room in the front area there. And it also includes moving the existing furniture as well as discarding it once we're done with it. This does not include the 3 monitors, so as another part of the remodel will include 3 monitors and PCs for our print room, inspector's room, as well as cabinetry and appliances for our break room. So those 2 items will be done. The monitors and PCs will be purchased by our IT coordinator. Cabinetry and appliances will be performed by our facilities and grounds group. And I'll be able to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Just to remind me, what year was the DPW building?
1996.
And everything in there is original to 1996. So
Beautiful mint green.
So we've gotten nearly 30 years out of
Yep.
the current furniture and conditions. And the building is in fairly poor repair. The wallpaper's peeling, and it needs, for the building, in order to be useful and to not deteriorate, we need to do some upkeep.
Correct.
Any other questions or discussion on this item? Hearing none, motion by Clerk Posey, supported by Trustee Oliver, to approve the remodel contract to DPW to Meridian Contracting Group in the amount of $194,186. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. The next item is a request to purchase uniforms for the DPW employees from Libra in an amount not to exceed $14,000.
So move.
Support.
Mr. Johnson?
This item is a standard annual cost that's incurred. It's baked into the contracts that the employees are all required, 7 uniforms each every year, short sleeve, long sleeve shirts, pants, and nature. We went out for bid, utilizing Janet's services to get this procured, and Libra had the lowest amount, lowest price. We did not to exceed $14,000 because there may be some items based on this award, and if it gets awarded, there might be some things that are out of stock, and we need to shift to a different type of shirt depending on availability. So I just want a little wiggle room there in case I need to shift something. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Any questions? Hearing none, motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Lucido, to approve the purchase of the DPW uniforms from Libra in an amount not to exceed $14,000. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Moving on to our next item is a request to hire a receptionist.
So move.
Support.
Mr. Tabaka.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and board members. I'm requesting authorization to extend an offer of employment for our receptionist position. This position was posted in compliance with our MAPE agreement. The HR department recruited the receptionist position. We had 3 applicants for this position. Interviews were held on March 14th, this past 2023, by the selection committee, and the selection committee is recommending Olivia Mazzola for this position. I was part of the interview selection committee, and I believe she will be a terrific fit in the supervisor's office. Olivia is a recent graduate of Michigan State University with a degree in journalism. This position became available due to a resignation from one of our clerical staff members in the planning department. That position was filled internally. Instead of bringing in a new clerical position, the supervisor requested we post a receptionist position, which is an entry-level position. This position will support HR and communications in addition to the supervisor. If approved, it's contingent upon successful completion of all post-offer requirements. The effective date would be this Monday, March 27th. This position has a starting pay rate of $20.20, and it is a budgeted position. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Tabaka. I was on the selection committee, so I'll just add in a little comment. This position is for my office. There had been a clerical staff in my office for, since the last budget cycle, right? However, she had been out on medical leave for a long period of time. When she returned, we had her fill the open planning clerical position. That left a vacancy in my office. The receptionist is entry level and his pay rate is what?
$20.20.
And a clerical,
Clerical is $26.49, 50
so
cents.
about a little over $6 an hour less than what we were paying. So we'll actually be saving off the budgeted amount because it was budgeted for clerical. So that's the only thing I wanted to add to that. Any other questions or discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I just have a question of HR. The annualized pay for this position, entry level, is $42,016, if my math is correct. Is that the scheduled pay rate for an entry level position?
Yes, it is.
All right. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
So if you look at the
Yes,
clerical,
ma'am.
that's about $12,000 a year difference from the two.
Between the clerical
And the entry level, yeah, $6, you times it by 2080, so.
For office staff, is that the lowest pay grade that we have available?
It's the lowest in the township, yeah, entire township.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome, Trustee Guzmano. Any other questions, discussion? Okay, hearing none. Motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Oliver, to approve the hiring of a receptionist, Olivia Mazzola. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is the request to reclassify employees in the DPW department. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Support.
Mr. Tabaka?
Thank you again, Mr. Supervisor and board members. The DBW is requesting to promote employees Connor Cost and Dakota Erler to the position of advanced utility worker. If approved, this would be a merit-based advancement for these two employees. Both of them were hired on March 15th of 2021 as utility workers. They have completed 2 years of employment and have obtained their S4 certification required to qualify for this position. It is in the township's best interest to continue to encourage our DPW staff to increase their skill and knowledge by completing various different certificates for the Michigan drinking water operations. Therefore, it is a recommendation of the DPW director to reclassify these employees to the advanced utility worker. Per the MAPE agreement, the hourly rate for the advanced utility worker is $30.02. No additional manpower will be added because of these moves, and these changes are in the budget. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Tabaka. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. Motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Lucido, to approve the reclassification of the DPW employees from utility worker to advanced utility worker. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tabaka. Moving on to item 13. This is a rezoning request. Would be from light industrial to residential multiple. This is for permanent parcel number 0817300001. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, I have a motion to disapprove.
To deny?
Motion to deny?
Motion to deny.
Okay. Is there a second on the motion to deny?
So moved.
Mr. Box?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Board. As you mentioned, this is a parcel that is currently zoned M1 or light industrial, and the applicant was seeking to get it rezoned to R2 or medium family residential. It's roughly 80 acres in size. It's a pretty substantial piece of property. The rezoning request does not match the master plan, and staff was not in favor of this request, and the Planning Commission recommended denial by unanimous vote.
Thank you, Mr. Box. Any questions or discussion from the board? Hearing none, there's a motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Oliver, to deny the zoning request from light industrial to residential multiple on permanent parcel ID 0817300001. Members, please vote. That motion to deny is approved unanimously. Moving on to item 14 is a request for a special event. This is for the annual spring open house at Denowith Garden Center. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Support.
Mr. Box.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Board. As most of you are aware, Denowith Garden Center is on 22 Mile, and it's set a fair distance off of 22 Mile. So when they have events there, they often have trouble with visibility. So they wanted to put some signs out near the road for their spring event. But the time frame they are seeking exceeds what is allowed per ordinance. So also per ordinance, they can get an extension of that time should the Board of Trustees allow that. So that's what they're seeking this evening. Staff has reviewed this, and we are recommending approval.
Thank you, Mr. Box. Any questions or discussion? Is the only deviation the time frame?
Correct.
The sizes are still the same as would be approved otherwise?
Yeah.
Okay. There's no more questions. Motion by Clerk Posey, supported by Treasurer Gillette, to approve the special event for the annual spring open house at Denowith Garden Center. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Item 15 is a request to award a contract for the Fire Station 2 concrete replacement to L. Anthony Construction in the amount of $384,121.50. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Support.
Chief?
Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, last fall you authorized AEW to design bid specifications to replace the concrete at Fire Station Number 2. AEW and the engineering department worked to develop the specifications. They were placed on mitten on February 8th with a due date of March 8th. A total of 8 bids were received, ranging in price from $384,121.50 to $524,944.40. AEW reviewed the bids and is recommending the contract be awarded to the low bidder, L. Anthony Construction Incorporated, in the amount of $384,121.50. The project is included in the current budget, and the bid came in under the $650,000 that was allocated for it. Construction is expected to begin as soon as the weather allows for it this spring. I included the bid documents from AEW, along with the confirmation of process letter from the purchasing specialist. And with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Oliver, to award the contract for the Fire Station 2 concrete replacement to L. Anthony Construction in the amount of $384,121.50. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Our next item. Now, this is our first add-on of the evening. This is a request to approve an emergency repair on Engine 1 to Apollo Fire Equipment in the amount of $8,402.62. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Support.
Chief?
Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, I'm requesting your approval this evening for an emergency repair on Engine 1. Engine 1's a 2007 Sutphen pumper. During the inspection that was performed on it earlier this month, we were notified that it's in need of replacement of the front and rear springs. Quotes were obtained from 2 vendors that are capable of performing the work on emergency vehicles. Apollo Fire Equipment quoted a total amount of $8,402.62. The Marysville truck quoted $10,897.30. I'm recommending Apollo Fire Equipment be awarded the repair work. They have performed repairs and maintenance on work of all of our apparatus, and I'm confident they're capable of making the required repairs to Engine 1. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Thank you, Chief. Any discussion? Hearing none, motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Nevers, to approve the emergency repair to Engine 1 to Apollo Fire Equipment in the amount of $8,402.62. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Our second add-on of the evening, this is a request to approve an emergency repair on Heavy Rescue 1, also to Apollo Fire Equipment in the amount of $12,600.90. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Support.
Chief?
Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, I'm requesting your approval for an emergency repair on Heavy Rescue 1. Heavy Rescue 1 is a 2003 Spartan Hackney rescue vehicle. During the inspection performed earlier this month, we were notified that it is also in need of replacement of the front and rear springs. Quotes were obtained from 2 vendors capable of performing the work on emergency vehicles. Apollo Fire Equipment quoted a total of $12,600.90, and Marysville Truck quoted a total of $13,835.28. I'm recommending Apollo Fire Equipment be awarded the repair work. It states they've performed repair and maintenance on all of our apparatus, and I'm confident they're capable of making the required repairs. And with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Chief. Any discussion?
Mr.
Hearing-
Chairman, I got a quick question. It's not necessarily an emergency. This is part of a routine inspection of the equipment, and it was found to have these problems with the springs and the U-joints. It was found to have problems with the springs and the U-joints is it an annual inspection, or how often does the inspection take place?
They're inspected every 6 months.
Okay.
The 2 vehicles didn't pass based on those issues, so the reason I asked to have it added on the agenda is we're 2 to 3 weeks out for the parts. So if I wait another 2 weeks for the next meeting, then now we're into May before the repairs would be made, and they're telling us that we should not wait that long.
Okay, and my understanding from the packet, from what you just stated, that Apollo is a reliable vendor for this work, and you're confident that they can get it done in a timely fashion once the parts are in, right?
Correct, and both vehicles were purchased from Apollo when they were new. The Sutphin, if the other vendor had been awarded the work, they would have had to order the parts through Apollo, which is the authorized Sutphin dealer for the state. So the cheaper because of the markup that they would have on it compared to ordering it directly.
Okay, thank you.
To clarify, actually, I didn't think of it till you asked the question. And Stacy, correct me if I'm wrong. Chief brought me these repairs Monday,
Monday morning.
and if they were truly an emergency, I didn't need to get board approval, right? But because we were so close to a board meeting, I told them to go ahead and put them on the agenda. They were, the request to me was an emergency, but we were only 2 days away from a meeting. So you're right, and technically, these aren't emergencies since we're here at the board meeting.
That's what I was curious about,
Okay.
because I know it's emergency equipment, and I just wanted to make sure there wasn't some problem with the syntax of
Yeah,
the
we
sentence.
would have come back later with a true emergency repair and approved it subsequent.
All right, thank you.
So, yeah, I knew what you were getting at. Anyway, that being said, if there's no more discussion, motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Oliver, to approve the repair on Heavy Rescue 1 to Apollo Fire Equipment in the amount of $12,690. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you,
Thank you.
Chief. Next item is a request to award the contract for concrete repairs at Macomb Corners Park to DiMambro Construction LLC in the amount of $80,199.60. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Support.
Yeah. Mr. Carl.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, board members. Parks and Recreation Department is requesting permission to replace concrete pads at the pavilions at Macomb Corners Park. This item was placed on Mitten. We received 2 bids ranging from $80,199.60 to $88,168. We are recommending we go with DiMambro Construction LLC for the amount of $80,199.60. I've included the bids, the confirmation of process memo from the purchasing specialist. This is a budgeted item, And it has been reviewed by the Township Engineering Department as well as AEW, and I'm available to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Carl. Just one side note on this. It might seem like a high amount for some concrete repairs, but there's actually more to this particular one. The pavilions themselves have to be crane lifted off the ground. There's electric inside the pavilions, and so there's more to it than just concrete. Just wanted to make that note.
Correct.
Mr. Chair, if I may. Sal, I'm just curious, you said this is a budget item. Is it something that we anticipated when the budget was being put together as a capital improvement, or are we considering it one of the park improvements for the $1
It's
million
considered one of
set
the park
aside?
improvements from the $1 million budget.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions or discussion? Motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Oliver, to approve the contract for concrete repairs at Macomb Corners Park to DeMombro Construction in the amount of $80,199.60. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item, this is a request to award the vendor contract for concession operations at Macomb Corners Park for Scoop and Twist of Macomb. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Support.
Mr. DeCaro.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. Parks and Recreation Department is requesting permission to enter into a contract for concession services at Macomb Corners Park. This item was placed on Mitten, and we received one bid. We are recommending Scoop and Twist of Macomb for a price of $800 per month. Just to clarify, they give us $800 per month for their services. This is a 3-year contract with the option for 2 additional years. Scoop and Twist has been our concessionaire for the past 5 years. We're very happy with the service they've provided to our patrons. I've included the bid confirmation of process memo from the purchasing specialist. I'm available to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. DeCaro. Any questions or discussion?
Mr. Chair, if I recall, didn't we approve a contract of this nature last year? Was it or do I not have that right?
That's correct. It was 1 year. That's why we wanted a longer period
Okay.
this time.
And my memory's not great, but wasn't there multiple bidders last year, and then we awarded it?
It was not. It was only one.
Okay, thank you.
Just to add to that, their stores on 23, that's
Right.
the same
They're
store.
a business in the township.
23 and card, that's
Yeah,
correct.
so they're local to us, so
Yes.
that's nice to know. Great service, I've been there.
Very happy with them.
What's your flavor?
Now, all, A-L-L.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, motion by Treasurer Gillette, supported by Trustee Oliver, to award the contract for concession operations at Macomb Corners Park to Scoop and Twist of Macomb. Members, please vote. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you, Mr. DeCaro. Next item, this is a request to adopt a resolution in support of the Michigan Department of Natural Resources Recreation Passport Grant application. This is for Waldenburg Park safety improvements, and approve the matching grant amount in the amount of $22,500. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Support.
Peter?
Yep.
Just the add on to our motion, this is something we had the public hearing on last meeting. And again, this is for a grant we hope to improve some safety lighting and other improvements at Waldenburg. So with that, Clerk Posey will call the roll.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Clerk Posey, yes. Trustee Lucido?
Yes.
Trustee Kuzimano?
Yes.
Trustee Oliver?
Yes.
Trustee Nevers?
yes,
Treasurer Drollet?
Yes.
And Supervisor Viviano?
Yes. That resolution is adopted. Moving on to the next item, this is a request to approve the resolution to participate in the new opioid settlement. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Support.
So for the sake of the public, try to give a brief backstory. There was some national class action lawsuits against many of the drug manufacturers and distributors and retailers regarding the opioid epidemic throughout the country. there was a mass class action settlement in a number of cases. We did already approve participation in 2 of those settlements, right, Tom?
That's correct.
The township will be receiving some funds to help address some measures that regard the opioid pandemic. I guess this is a different lawsuit. This one has a number of retailers involved, some of the drug pharmacies. So, with that, any other questions or comment?
So, Mr. Chair, this is not part of the lawsuit that we already had, the township already participated in the past. Is this initiating a new lawsuit?
No, this is participating in a class action lawsuit that was already initiated by a group of lawyers somewhere else in the country and extended to every state. So as each municipality chooses to participate, then we receive money from that pool of that's been allocated to each state.
So there is already a settlement that's in place.
There's already a settlement in place.
Thank you.
Mr. Supervisor, if I could just add on, it's actually a lawsuit that was brought by the Attorney General's office, and that's what it's emanating from. They were the lead counsel on this resolution, the settlement agreement. You can either opt in or you can opt out. Obviously, from a cost perspective, it doesn't make a lot of sense for us to opt out to litigate with these firms on such a large basis as you have like entities and like communities that are awarded settlements in this case, and it's a percentage formulary basis, but we would recommend adopting the resolution as presented.
So yeah, I just wanted clarification in my own mind that we're not joining together to initiate a new lawsuit. We are saying we want to participate in a settlement agreement that's already been established.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other questions or discussion? Motion by Clerk Posey, supported by Treasurer Gillette, to approve the resolution to participate in the new opioid settlement. Clerk Posey, we call the roll.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Clerk Posey, yes. Treasurer Drollet.
Yes.
Trustee Kuzimano.
Yes.
Trustee Lucido.
Yes.
Trustee Oliver.
Yes.
Trustee Nevers.
yes,
And Supervisor Viviano.
Yes. The resolution is adopted. This takes us to public comment. This is our second public comment of the evening. If anyone wishes to participate, please approach the microphone on the right-hand side of the room. Anyone who wishes to participate remotely, please digitally raise your hand. And I do not see anybody present. Is there anybody remotely?
No, sir.
Okay, moving on from public comment to board comments. Trustee Lucido.
Nothing for me tonight.
Trustee Nevers.
same, nothing to say tonight.
Fast night.
You know.
I
Oh,
know.
boy.
You know.
Saving up. You weren't here last time.
Where was I?
You got a month of comments to make now.
Yeah, I was on vacay.
You making notes?
Okay. Congrats to the new hire, the secretary, and congrats to the advancement of the water and sewer men. That's good. Again, I say it all the time, but I'll continue to say it. I'm glad to see people moving forward. One important thing I want to make comment tonight. We've spent money on our water and sewer building, our fire station, our park and recs. That is a positive thing. And I'll just leave with the fire station number 2 got me started in politics, in government. That was the first committee I got involved in. I was on the building committee, and that's how I got interested. So I want to keep that building up for a long time. And that's it.
Thank you, Trustee Oliver. Trustee Kuzmano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No comments tonight.
Thank you, Trustee Kuzmano. Treasurer Gillette.
I'd just also like to welcome Olivia Mazzola to the township. Look forward to meeting her and working with her as she enters her career here. No other comments.
Thank you, Treasurer Gillette. Clerk Posey.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I too would like to congratulate our new hire in the supervisor's office, and also congratulations to the DPW workers that achieved their certification. In the clerk's office, we're required to get certified as well, and we understand the hard work that goes behind achieving that. So hats off to them for pursuing that and achieving that. Also, I just wanted to let all the voters in the Utica Community School District know that today we mailed 2,025 absent voter ballots to the residents who completed an absent voter application and live in the Utica Community Schools District. There will be a special election on Tuesday, May 2nd, and the ballot will consist of 2 proposals to vote on. If you would like more information regarding the proposals, please visit mtvoter.org and click on What's on the Ballot. Also visit mi.gov/vote to track your ballot. All this information and more can be found on our website, and I encourage all residents to follow us on Facebook, Macomb Township Clerk's Office, for election updates. That's all I have.
Thank you, Clerk Posey. For myself, I want to echo the congratulations to Olivia Mazzola. We're excited to have her. Our 2 utility workers, congratulations on your achievement. And as Charlie well said, that I'm always going to encourage our staff to better themselves. I think the residents here deserve the best qualified employees that we can put in positions to help service them. So I'm glad that they were ambitious enough to get that done, and I'm going to encourage, with Mr. Johnson's help, them to advance on to the next level. And Charlie, you're also right. We, as a board, we're responsible for a large number of assets, all of these buildings, the fire stations, and we are responsible to make sure they are well kept. A little bit of maintenance and attention goes a long way to preventing the major catastrophes and the major repairs. So I agree with that sentiment. Last thing before I ask for a motion, I'm going to remind everybody that we are closed on Friday, April 7th, in observance of Good Friday. So please bring your business to us on Thursday. With that, is there a motion to go into closed session to discuss the attorney-client legal written opinion pursuant to MCL 15.2681H?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Support.
Mr. Chairman, I got a question, discussion. Generally, what is the matter that we're gonna be, is it possible to disclose that in case
Mr.
residents?
Tomlinson, can you address that in a way that,
Basically, we'll be seeking direction from council, from the board as to how it wishes to proceed on a delinquent water bill matter arising out of water theft.
Water theft?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
thank you.
if there's no more discussion? Motion by Treasurer Dillette, supported by Trustee Lucido, to go into closed session per MCL 15.2681H. Clerk Posey, would call the roll.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Treasurer Drollet?
Yes.
Trustee Lucido?
Yes.
Trustee Kuzimano?
Yes.
Trustee Oliver?
Yes.
Trustee Nevers?
Yes.
Clerk Posey, yes. Supervisor Viviano?
Yes. That motion is approved unanimously, and we are now entering closed session. The time is 7:08 PM. To open session. The time is 7:42 p.m. Who's gonna make it? I think you were. I thought you were gonna make it.
Okay.
You're gonna make it.
Oh, you're making it. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to direct the township attorney to resolve the matter against 50557 Nagy Court in the full amount of $117,564.35 calculated in 60 days, or send the matter to the prosecuting attorney's office.
Support.
Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I believe it's important for the residents to know that we had just approved on the bill run over $1 million payment to Great Lakes Water Authority. I can only speak for myself, but I will indicate clearly and unequivocally that theft by any individual or persons or businesses of the water utility is a theft against every resident who gets up every morning, goes to work, and pays their bill on time. And at least from my perspective, there will be a zero tolerance policy for that type of theft. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Trustee Guzmano. Any other discussion or comments?
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to note, if I may, that this board stood up and demanded a resolution when another municipality in this metro Detroit area was not paying their water bill. And we took a firm stand against that and demanded that legal action move forward. Because the people of our community in Macomb Township work too hard and pay too much for water to have somebody else try and subvert the system and steal from them. So I won't accept a penny less than the 117.
53 cents.
And
Yeah,
change.
and change.
Okay.
Thank you.
Almost very eloquent.
Thank you.
Any other discussion or comment? Hearing none, there is a motion by Clerk Posey, supported by Treasurer Gillette, to,
Oh, boy.
you have the motion? To refer the matter,
To direct the attorney
direct the attorney
to resolve the
to
matter
resolve the matter
against 50557.
against 50557 Nagy Court,
The full
the
amount,
full amount of $117,564.35
in 60 days.
within the next 60 days, or otherwise refer the matter to the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office for criminal prosecution. Clerk Posey, will you call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Clerk Posey, yes. Treasurer Drollet?
Yes.
Trustee Kuzimano?
Yes.
Trustee Lucido?
Yes.
Trustee Oliver?
Yes.
Trustee Nevers?
Yes.
And Supervisor Viviano?
Yes. That motion carries. And with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Support.
Is there a discussion on the motion? Hearing none, motion by Clerk Posey, supported by Treasurer Gillette, to adjourn the meeting. Members, please vote. If Roger will let us. There it is. Motion passes unanimously.